tweet from @JoeRadford said he's loving this Michigan women's basketball talk on WTKA.
Yeah, Joe.
Fans.
There's some love out there.
8:31 here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTKA.com. So we have the Michigan women's assistant basketball coaches to my left. I have Joy McCorvey to my right, Melanie Moore, and right across from me, Megan Duffy. So let's start with you, Coach Duff, and talk about the most heralded of the incoming freshmen. I remember Coach Rico coming on, and she said, look, she is, by all the recruiting services, highly ranked. She is a really special talent, Katelynn Flaherty. So tell us about Katelynn.
Well, we saw Katelynn for a long time now on the national scene, traveling all around the country with her high school and AAU team, and obviously an extreme talent. And you know, the staff did a tremendous job getting her here to Michigan. And, you know, the thing about Katelynn is she's day by day getting better. I know it's been a new adjustment just playing against kids 4 years older than her, bigger, stronger, faster. And she's tried to be a sponge, just listen and learn. And we kind of try to, you know, as a staff, especially with some of those freshmen, is kind of keep their blinders on and keep them focused on day by day improvements, getting better at the little things. And all of a sudden they're going to start to see that success. And Katelynn's one of those players who we see from a defensive side of things that keeps getting better. And then we keep talking about she can score, and we can put her at the point. We can move her off the ball to give her a little bit more flexibility to come off some screens and create. And we're excited just even in this first week, you know, the stride she's made, and I think she's going to be someone the fans are really, really going to love to watch.
So give me an idea when you say she can score. Is she a really deft shooter? Is she really quick getting to the basket? Kind of break down her game.
Yeah, she's small, so she's only about 5'7", but her quickness, her ability to move with the basketball, are probably some of her strengths. But she is a dead-eye shooter from deep, from three-point land. She doesn't really need much time to get her shot off before you see it on the bottom of the net. So it's pretty remarkable to watch some of the shots she can make, off-balance shots. Right hand, left hand, whatever it is. And then I think as she gets more comfortable, you're going to see her being able to attack the basket a little bit more and score in a lot of different ways.
All right, so I'm just going to go in order on the roster here, and you guys just jump in where you want. Jillian Dunstan from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Yeah, Jilly is that high energy, like everybody wants to be around her. She comes in like with some swag, and that's what you got to love most about her. She's explosive. She's probably one of our most explosive players on the team, but she's versatile as well. We can play her on the wing. We can play her in the post, and she's ultimately that kid. She just wants to win. So wherever you put her on the floor, she's going to just buy into that position and get after it. She can rebound. She's strong. She can get to the basket. She can shoot the three. She can post up smaller players. We're just really excited about her and what she can bring to the table.
All right, and then you go 6'4" with Tara Stapleton.
Yeah, Tara is a big body post, you know, and being in the Big Ten, there's a lot of teams in our league that have some size and some width to them, and Tara, you know, helps us in that category. She's big, great hands, and a great right hook, you know, and she's a kid that is confident in herself. You know, she's one you'll hear in practice, ball, and just screams it, you know, but she's going to continue to get better for us, but add some depth and some size for us.
Tara's the girl I was talking about that was running in transition, like full-out sprint, caught it and finished. It was nice.
Okay, all right. Let's go down the list to Maria Backman.
Maria's a player from New York, so like Mel alluded to with Jillian, has a little swag to her game, and somebody that hasn't really been playing basketball for too long. So she has just really scratched the surface with what we will see in the next 4 years from her. But she's long. I mean, she's about 6 foot. Her wingspan 6'4". She's a type of kid you can put at the top of a press to create some havoc. Super athletic, got a smooth stroke, and somebody that grew up on the playground. So you love that toughness.
All right, and then Imani Jackson.
Imani brings that Cali swag. She's getting better every day. It was an adjustment for her with the strength and physicality of everything inside. But she's been in the weight room, going strong in the weight room, and she is going to be a 4-type player for us. She can attack the basket, very finesse type player, and can rebound as well.
All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this schedule that that you guys have. You get a chance to go to Puerto Rico at the end of November. So not only do you get a chance to escape the weather conditions, but one thing I always hear from coaches and teams is when you take a long trip like that, the team building experience is kind of second to none.
Definitely, because it's just us, on that island in Puerto Rico. So that's exciting, and we're together. We're always on the road. We do team bonding activities, and we're really excited, and it's a special time. It's Thanksgiving, so, we're just thankful for each other and the opportunity to wear the maize and blue.
All right, so, I see some games on here that jump out. Obviously, U of D is one, the in-state game. You guys have to go to Pitt to play. We just mentioned the San Juan shootout, but at Notre Dame, got to look at that one in the non-conference as well. This non-conference schedule compared to last year's, for instance, that I remember being really rigorous. How does this one kind of compare to last year's?
It's right up there, and that's one thing with having experience. We wanted to continue to challenge our players and make sure that, our schedule is such so that we're ready for Big Ten games. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of BCS teams on there, on road trips home. So we're just excited and looking forward to challenging ourselves.
All right, so I haven't had an opportunity to really look into who has what coming back in the Big Ten, but do you guys have an appreciation for it yet, like who the favorites are? Like people are picking this team to win the league, and these are supposed to be the top teams. Like how does the Big Ten? And I'm going to leave you guys to the side. How does everyone else in the Big Ten kind of look right now?
Yeah, well, ultimately I think Maryland will come in pretty high up, new to the league, but because they went to the Final Four last year, I think people will respect them.
Okay, Ira's happy about that over there on the other side of the glass.
Rutgers coming into the league as well. They have tons of tradition.
Yeah.
They're tough, they're feisty, so they'll definitely make the league a little bit more exciting.
Okay, yeah, you got a legendary coach coming into the fold there. But then you have some mainstays that have been around, like Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
What does Michigan State have coming back?
Well, they last year were led by 2 freshmen, and so they will have Ariel Powers and Jakowski back, so they're going to be pretty tough as well.
And the Buckeyes, which it was great to see you guys kind of exact some revenge on them. What do the Buckeyes look like this year?
Ohio State has they're going to be young. They got 6 or 7 new faces to their program, but they have a really highly touted recruit as a freshman coming in, and they do a good job down there. And similar to how coaches, they're tough, and Coach McGuff down there is used to winning, so he brings a different dynamic for sure.
Okay, and are those the teams? Am I missing anyone that are?
Iowa will be good.
Okay.
They've lost 1 starter, so they'll be a team that's gonna be ready to make some more noise and continue there.
Okay, so that's a really brief synopsis of the Big Ten. Obviously, we're going to be talking to Coach Rico every single week on the show, and certainly as the Big Ten Conference schedule approaches, we will be able to delve into it much deeper. But I guess so far, ladies, you are about a week into practice, and I kind of want to conclude this way. After only a week, I know it's a small sample space. What have you seen from the team? And you say, wow, I like this. This is pretty good. But then on the other hand, this is what we really need to improve upon, starting with you, Mel.
Yeah, I would have to say the hard work and hustle. At practice, Coach does a great job, Coach Rico, of just not having any out of bounds. And every drill we do, we strive to be the hardest working team in America. And so the kids, just the hustle. And it's not just 1 or 2. It's 1 through 14 who are just diving after the ball and getting after it, and that just excites you as coaches because it carries over onto the court into games.
And so then what's the piece where you say, this is what we really need to work on? We need to improve this.
Mm-hmm. I would have to say we're just still not there defensively, just with our rotations and everything, because we have 5 newcomers. Practice is just a little bit different, because last year a lot of those were returners. So as much as they didn't have game experience, they had practice experience. And so they knew a lot of the drills. And so this year it's just different when you have 5 players who weren't here yet and just going through the drills and the defensive concepts and making sure they're doing what they need to do.
Joy?
I would say just the tenacity and the competitiveness in practice, similar to Mel, like just the hustle and, I mean, every drill. It's a war out there, and it's good. It's a healthy war, but it's good just to see the players get after it and have that not losing attitude, and something that we definitely need to work on. I mean, like Mel said, bringing in 5 freshmen, some decision making, and just thinking the game and not just playing. We're going to get there eventually, and coach is a great teacher when it comes to that. But just getting the offensive feel and being able to play together and understanding each other's strengths.
Sam, what's been fun for me is, pre-practice meetings and post-practice meetings, we're always trying to figure out who's that sixth man, like you were alluding to, who deserves to be in that starting lineup. And that's a good problem to have because that means you got some depth this year. So I know as we kind of get out of week 1 into week 2 and 3 before we get on the court officially, it's going to be fun to see, how we can get up and down, who we can press, what kind of presses we can do. I think it allows our creativity as coaches to kind of step up when you have a little bit more depth and, we can play small, we can play with 2 posts. We just have a little bit more versatility with some new things we can do with this group. Well,
an outstanding preview, appetizer, if you will, for the Michigan women's basketball season. As I said before, we will our routine will fall back in line where we talk to Coach Rico every single week. And so really, really looking forward to that, and really, really looking forward to this team this year because, I think last year a lot of people's expectations went down with the loss of experience. And I think you kind of surprised some people, even some people that you faced in league. And now I think the excitement has ratcheted up even more. So really, really looking forward to it. And I just appreciate you guys coming by and spending some time with us again. I know it's a busy time, but for you to take some time out to spend with us, we really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Sam.
It is 8:43 on a Tuesday. We have to get to a break. When we come back on the other side, we'll catch up with Eric Adelson from Yahoo Sports. Lots to get to. College football, boy, the state of Mississippi, they have never had a time like this. Both teams in the top 3 in the country. There's the Florida State scandal that is rearing its ugly head again, and of course to talk about Michigan and Devin Gardner. So a lot to get to with Eric Adelson on the other side here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA.